With the SPY today and possible plays you could have made off of it. So let's just get right out to it. So really right off the bat, even before the market really opened, you can kind of tell pre-market that it's probably going to open somewhere up here. You should have just noticed that there's going to be a huge gap. So you would have wanted to have been watching that. And then right out of the gate, you don't really have any sign to jump in puts for a gap fill yet, just because the stock doesn't come. You don't get a bunch of red candles immediately out of the gate, so you don't know that there's a lot of selling pressure. So while you would want to be looking for selling pressure immediately with a gap fill, of course you want to make sure that it's confirmed that it's going down, going in that direction, that it will fill the gap, even though it is already very likely. And so if you were to just look at the today candle immediately out of the open, you can't really see a whole lot. But so what I did was I waited a little bit, trying to look for some sort of pattern. And the way you can see one is if you go to the 5 minute, and you can kind of tell that these two candles right there formed a little bit of a level. And then I'm really just waiting to see if that level breaks. And once it does, I would say that that's a good place where you could enter puts till we're in a downtrend, and then you get a really good confirmation when the market tries to rebound and be a little bit bullish here, and then it just sells off right there. That's an extremely good confirmation that people are selling when it goes back up to this level, and that people are probably shorting, looking to jump in on shorts. And so you can ride this down. And so that really was your confirmation that you could have entered puts, and you would have held for the gap fill. And really throughout the day, you just had levels continue to break that would have been, resistance or support, probably like right there on the way down. I mean, it sold right through that. Let's see if it on the 1 minute. Yeah, I mean, just sold right through it on the 1 minute. So that's a ton of selling pressure. I guess in the 1 minute actually would have been about right there, but still just like a ton of selling pressure right through it. So once you jump in these puts up here, you don't really have any reason to sell. A little bit down here at what would have been, that's where 255 is. So that would have been another place that you would have wanted to look out to see if buyers came in. Oops, is that 255? Nah, 255.50 that it goes on. And you just keep having these levels that are, so that should be right there. It's about 255.56 or 58. These levels just keep breaking on the way down. You just have more and more confirmations that this thing's getting bearish and that you can stay bearish. Right here, you have a little bit of that pattern that I talk about on the way down, where you can probably tell that there's a reversal. So if you're a really quick scalper, you could have scalped that for a second, but it reverses and then it goes right back up here to where that line is, and then just keeps coming back down. And so, pretty easy play. You just hold puts for the gap to fill. Once the gap fills, you're expecting a reversal. Now, it went a little bit lower until we get kind of that same pattern. And you can tell once you see that candle that we're probably about to get some sort of reversal. But, I mean, really, if you just waited, keep this line on the gap fill. I mean, how I did play it is I just held puts, until it filled, collected on those. And then once I didn't try to get in right here, I just waited until we got above the gap and held the calls. And then right here on the way down, I didn't sell my calls. I just kept holding because I wanted to see, are we going to break back below at that 254.29? You can tell that we come right back down to about a cent when people jump back in. So that tells me, that's really bullish. Buyers are jumping in, probably like me, playing the gap fill on the way up. And so really then you could just kind of hold throughout the day. It comes back up to this level, sells off a little bit here, but then it comes right back and reverses and keeps on going. So you just don't really have a reason to get out the whole day after that. So it's a pretty simple if you want to erase all these lines, really, if you just played probability, like statistics, you have the pretty simple setup. You just have a gap, so you got a gap fill, and then you have your reversal, and you just puts there, get in calls, and hold it there looking for the reversal, and then you can just get out, where you got in. And just to give an example of, like I said, I didn't jump in puts out of the open because it wasn't selling out of the open. An example of a stock that you can jump in puts if it starts looking like this immediately. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty obvious when you have that huge selling like that right out of the gate. I mean, yeah, you're just jumping in puts looking for the gap. I mean, look at that. That's just, you know, you have it start and it never looks back, and it should have been obvious that this thing was going to fill the gap. And then of course the stock just kept going down. But that's pretty much how you play the SPY today. I wasn't here for a lot of the day. I had to go. But and just in case anyone doesn't know, so a lot of these levels, you'll see that I put up support and resistance based on stuff from the past, and you do, but don't underestimate what I would call like psychological levels, just that occasionally the stock will bounce if there's like at a whole number, like 255 or 256. I mean, a lot of the time it does end up being, past points where you can tell the market had a reaction, but sometimes there's just psychological levels. Like on a small stock, a good example would be $1. Like breaking out above $1, you can play dollar breakouts, or it'll bounce off $1 and go short. But so anyway, yeah, on the SPY, just pretty simple. Had a level established, came back up, tested it, holding for the gap fill, then the reversal. So anyway, that was a pretty quick and easy one. Hope that helped y'all. And of course, if y'all have any questions, just let me know. Especially if y'all have something you want me to make a video about, because I know that even though I'm young, I've been doing this for a while. Like I had one summer where pretty much this was all I did, was just watch the market. And so a lot of the stuff that I think I just see or kind of blow by, I don't realize that maybe other people don't exactly know what I'm talking about. And so if you have anything that you want to be discussed or that you want me to make a video on and explain it, I'm sure that I can. And so just let me know and I'd be happy to help.